when you study the Hanafi Madhab, you need to always go back to the original books like Mukhtasar al-Quduri, which is called Al-Kitab, and that's how respected it is in Hanafi Madhab. Even when they have shuruh of it, they show Al-Lubab fi Sharh al-Kitab. Or you go to Al-Hidayah, which is one of the standard books. But if you want to know the mu'tamid of the Hanafi Madhab, then the Hashiyah of Ibn Abidin, which is called Radd al-Muhtar, on the Radd al-Mukhtar, on Radd al-Mukhtar. So Radd al-Muhtar is the Hashiyah of Ibn Abidin. Ibn Abidin's Hashiyah, this is the final book to go to in the Hanafi Madhab. Ibn Abidin in his Hashiyah, he writes that according to the two, which is Imam Muhammad ibn Hassan al-Shaybani and Al-Qadi Abu Yusuf, you can make masah on the Jawrabain that are thick. And he said Abu Hanifa also changed his view, and this is the madhab. So, anybody that says that the only thing you can make masah in the Hanafi madhab is the leather khuf is a liar. I'm sorry to say it so bluntly. Hopefully I don't offend anybody. And if I do, sorry. I even brought one of the books, and I couldn't bring all the books that I looked up for this, but I brought one book, and this is called Al-Hidayah. Al-Hidayah is a well-known book of Hanafi fiqh. If you've ever studied Hanafi fiqh, you will know this book well. And I brought a print from Pakistan, just in case people don't say that some Wahhabi in Saudi changed the print or something. So this is Al-Hidayah, Maktaba al-Bushra from Karachi. In Al-Hidayah, this is the Maktaba al-Bushra, Jild al-Awwal, first Jild, and this is the 107th page. Alright, just saying. It says, لا يجوز المسح على الجوربين عند أبي حنيفة إلا أن يكون مجلدين. So the first thing we see here is that it is not permissible to make masha on the Jawrabain according to Abu Hanifa unless they are leather, unless they have leather. Or muna'alain. Na'alain has two meanings. One is a sock that has a leather sole, like what we would call in America moccasins. Moccasins have a leather sole. This was called na'alain too, for na'alain. It's also called for a slip-on shoe that would go on top of the jawrab, like a slipper. But here the meaning is for the one that have the leather soles. وَقَالَ. Who is qala? The two said, Abu Yusuf, Qadi Abu Yusuf, and Muhammad al-Shaybani. Yajuz. It is permissible as long as they are thick and do not expose the skin. So, according to the mu'tamid of the Hanafi madhab, right? We find this. Then we have in Al-Hidayah, وعنه upon Abu Hanifa, أنه رجع. He made ruju' إلى قولهما, to the qawl of the two, meaning Abu Hanifa changed his view to the view of the other two. وعليه فتوى. This is very important. وعليه فتوى. What does that mean? That this is the mu'tamid view of the Hanafi madhab, that you can make masha on thick socks that do not show the skin. In Hidayah, you do not find anything about 3 miles or 2 miles or a distance. This is all that there is from the original Imma of the Hanafi madhab. Now, I brought another book with me. I couldn't bring all my books, but I brought a couple. This is the Jami' of Imam al-Tirmidhi. In the Jami' of Imam al-Tirmidhi, where the hadith regarding masha al-khuffain is there is a hadith, it is with a sanad regarding Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh. Jami' al-Tirmidhi, go to the bab ما جاء في مسح على الجوربين ونعلين, after the hadith, and we'll discuss the hadith later, just explaining the Hanafi madhab right now. After the hadith, Imam al-Tirmidhi mentions, وقال أبو عيسى, Imam al-Tirmidhi said, سمعت صالح ابن محمد الترمذي. Imam al-Tirmidhi, Abu Isa al-Tirmidhi, he heard from Salih ibn Muhammad al-Tirmidhi, قال سمعت أبا مقاتل, I heard from Abu Muqatil al-Samarqandi, يقول, now very short sanad here, and he says, I said, دخلت على أبي حنيفة, I entered upon Abu Hanifa في مرضه, when he was during his sickness, الَّذِي مَاتَ فِيهِ, and the one that he died from. Yani this is the end of the life of Abu Hanifa. Yani this is his final view. وَدَعْ بِمَاءٍ, so he asked for water, فَتَوَضَّعَ, and he made wudu. وَعَلَيْهِ جَوْرَبَانِ, and he was waiting, جَوْرَبَانِ. فَمَسَحَ عَلَيْهِمَا, so he made masha on them. ثُمَّ قال, then he said, فَعَلْتُ الْيَوْمِ شَيْئًا, I did something today, لَمْ أَكُنْ أَفْعَلَهُ, and what I used to not do. مسحت, يعني I made مسحة على الجوربين وهما غير منعلين. So they were not na'alain, they did not have the leather soles, they did not have a slipper over them. They were not khuf, they were jawrabain, made out of other than leather, socks, wool, cotton, whatever else, but they were what we call regular socks. And Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh, before his death, he held the view you can make masha on them, and he did so himself and told people that I didn't used to allow this, but now I allow it. So he made ruju', raja'a, he made ruju' to the qawl of the other three. So all three of the a'imma, from the great a'imma that were the asas of the Hanafi Madhab, Imam Abu Hanifa himself, Imam Muhammad ibn Hasan al-Shaybani, Al-Qadi Abu Yusuf, all of them agreed you can make masha on thick socks. Now, having said that, later Hanafi ulama put some conditions. And to be fair, I'm going to mention them. Tayyib? For example, that you find in some of the later books of the Ahnaf, that one of the shart they said they have to be tahir and lawful, that's fine. They should be worn in a state of wudu, everybody agrees on that. They should cover both ankles completely, no problem with that. They should be durable enough that a person can walk in them for 3 miles without them being torn. This is one of the conditions that some of the later... Now, these are not proven for Abu Hanifa, Imam Muhammad al-Shaybani or Qadi Abu Yusuf. But some later Imam for the Ahnaf, they put this. They should be independently free from holes to the extent that 3 toes cannot fit in them, meaning they should not have a hole bigger than 3 toes. And they should remain on the leg without having to be readjusted and fastened and so on. And they should be that water cannot easily seep through them. This does not mean they're waterproof. Tayyib? No jawrab in the time of Rasulullah ﷺ could have been waterproof. Today, one of the most foolish things that's just a pet peeve of mine is people come up, brother, I have come with a jawrab that you can make. They market it called the wudu socks. Google, you can find wudu socks. What are they? Seal skin. They have this special coating on them with silicone coating so that water doesn't get through. Do you think the Sahaba were sitting around with silicone coating? I mean, seriously, do you think that the jawrab in the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, made out of camel hair, made out of wool, would have been waterproof? Like what the Sahaba time traveled and got seal coating for silicone and went back? And how do you make wool waterproof other than leather? And then it's a khuf, right? So this is what is the meaning of the madhab here, and the Shafi'is as well, is they should not be so thin that as soon as you put the water it touches the skin. According to them, they should be thicker, so when you put the water it doesn't immediately seep through. Jawrab will never be waterproof, but they should be thick enough that water doesn't sink fastly through them. Having said that, many of the Hanafi ulama, like Imam al-Asr as he's called, Muhammad Anwar Shah Kashmiri and Yusuf al-Binuri and others, they disagreed with these fatwa. Imam al-Kashmiri, for example, he said that the idea of 3 miles has no basis in it. He said that this is something that should only be said that a person will be able to walk in them without them slipping off. This is the conditions of the Hanafi Madhab. Let's go to the Maliki Madhab. According to the Maliki Madhab, there is the books of the Maliki Madhab that are well known, like Mudawwana,